in-house expert perspective on this. Joining me this morning on The First Up is my colleague, India Today sports editor Nikhil Naz. Nikhil, good morning. Of course, they managed to make it look easy, but clearly they also found a way out. What do you think were the highlights of this match?
Well, it's a big day, firstly, for Indian cricket. Remember, this is that same hurdle that they faltered at in previous occasions. Mine goes back to those two semi-finals in the 50-over World Cup where they faltered at the exact same stage, especially if you look back at the 2019 World Cup where the opposition was exactly the same. India in that tournament too had dominated but then faltered when they played their first knockout game. Even in the T20 World Cup, you know, those memories are fresh of last year, exactly around this time of the year, where you reached the semi-final and that time you faltered versus England. So even if you were the biggest Indian fan who had been enjoying India's progress in this World Cup, where they were 9 out of 9, somewhere at the back of your head you knew that could this happen one more time? Because you had seen it in the last decade, India faltering at the crucial stage in an ICC tournament. And that is something that they've put an end to. That is something now that they've been able to go past. And which is why I say it's going to be a big day for Indian cricket now that they've reached the final. Remember, this is their 4th final in the history of ODI World Cup and a final that they've reached after that famous 2011 World Cup triumph that they had at the Wankhede Stadium. That time that was the venue for the final. This time it was the venue for the semi-final, beating a team that has been some sort of a banana peel team for them, New Zealand, which has knocked them out at crucial stages. I think it's a big day for Indian cricket, as was evident in terms of celebrations that we saw across the country. That was unusual. Doesn't happen at the semi-final stage. Usually India celebrates once India lifts the trophy, but the fans celebrating the semi-final just tells you the story.
Of course, the Indian team has confidence, 10 out of 10 this time. But there has been, of course, in this match final will also be a lot of pressure. What do you think the Indian team will be thinking of doing? How can it ensure it does not get into overconfidence?
I think the pressure question has already been answered in the semi-final. And I like what Rohit Sharma has been saying throughout this tournament when asked about pressure. He said, you know what, in a World Cup, every game is a pressure game because of the round-robin stage of the World Cup where every game was so important. If you had lost a game here and there, you never know, your semi-final chances would have been in doubt. So I think he's right when he says that. But if you're talking about a knockout pressure, I think the Indian team showed in that game versus New Zealand, held their nerves, even in crucial situations. Even when the game was flowing, it had its ebbs and flows. The Indian team, controlled that pressure situation very well. And I think this has not just happened by chance. This is something that they've been working towards. We heard from Rohit Sharma, and I was following the Indian team very closely after the last semi-final loss in the T20 World Cup in Australia. After that, every tournament they played, specifically the Asia Cup comes to my mind in Sri Lanka, where Rohit Sharma kept saying, we're not going to now think about whether it's a knockout stage or any other World Cup game. Every game we play, we're just going to follow the process. That is, do the things that we've trained for, do the things that we believe in. The result will take care of itself. And that's easier said than done. But when you started seeing this Indian team play in this World Cup, you knew it, that yes, they are walking the talk. They said that, but they're actually doing exactly that. Not concentrating on the end result, but just getting their processes right, their little things right. And that's been the secret to their success in this tournament.
Of course, all eyes will now be on the final match, and whether it will be South Africa or Australia remains to be seen. Appreciate you joining us, Nikhil Naz, this morning on The First Up. But remember, while, of course, it is the performance of the players, it is the cricket fan, and specifically Indian cricket fans, who make the sport what it is, really, in this country. And therefore, when this victory came in the semi-final, social media was literally on fire. There were reels, videos, tweets, all sorts of reactions that were pouring in. Here's what we compiled together of how the Indian cricket fans were reacting.
Yes, actually, throughout this tournament, India is playing very well. Under Rohit captaincy, it's more than powerful than Dhoni's captaincy. Everyone, all 11 players are performing well. They are doing their job. Rohit captaincy is top notch, more than Dhoni.
Absolutely. We were called the chokers for the last decade. We lost in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Now we have lost on the trot. Now we are here in Wankhede, in our home. We won't lose. We will be here and win the World Cup. We will not leave India. India. दादा कहाँ से आए हैं?
गुजरात सूरत से।
गुजरात से आए हैं। आज मैच किस तरह का हुआ? कितना मजा आया?
एक्चुअली टिकट तो पहले ऑलरेडी नहीं मिला था, फिर भी हम लोग ने ऐसा नहीं था कि टिकट नहीं मिला तो हम घर चले आए। मैंने पूरा मैच ग्राउंड नंबर 1 के सामने पूरा मैच वहाँ से खड़े देखा, और तो पुलिस वाले भी खड़े नहीं, फिर भी देखा क्योंकि मुझे ये था कि मेरा इंडिया को जिताना है और उसके बाद जाना है वहाँ से, और फिर वहाँ से इधर आया।
ये जो इंडिया है ना, अलग लेवल का खेल रही है भाई, इसके ऊपर भरोसा किया जा सकता है। इस बार इंडिया जीत रहा है वर्ल्ड कप, और इसका गारंटी मैं दे रहा हूँ, क्योंकि जीतेगा भाई, जीतेगा भाई, जीतेगा। बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है मेरे को, धोनी का बदला ले लिया है। धोनी, मैं तेरा बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ, तुझे आना है वर्ल्ड कप देखने फाइनल में, तुझे देखूंगा मैं टीवी पे जरूर।
एक भारतीय का रिकॉर्ड एक भारतीय ने तोड़ा है, और आज पूरे वर्ल्ड में, विश्व में ये हमारा भारत का नाम रोशन किया है। इसका हमको खूब अभिमान है।
India's #1 political reporter
defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है।
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है।
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है।
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है।
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV.